Hello, very good afternoon to everyone. Hi. All right, so today, very interesting. Today we're going to talk about some renovation issue. As you know, right, nowadays, hi Mei Ling, hi. So as you know, nowadays, right, there's a lot of dispute about renovation. Yeah, so I thought that maybe we can share some renovation tips lah, or what to take note. Whereby now I think Malaysian have opened up. So after 1st of April, right, worker will start to come in. Hello everyone. Hi. Yeah, so please help me to share out, help me to like and share, so I can have more to actually share with more people about these renovation tips lah. Okay. Yeah, so I think recently there's a lot of hello hi. There's a lot of hello hi, a lot of these dispute between renovation and also to homeowner. All right, there's recently some cases, right, about what I think talk about the house do halfway, then the contractor run away or they cannot get worker, correct? Yeah, so I think so I think because of this, so maybe I just have a share section lah. All right, so do actually ask me anything you want to ask in the this live chat, so my people can actually help you to answer lah. I see how can I help everyone. Okay, so please help me to like and share, please. Thank you. Yeah, so it's good news lah. I think in future workmanship will be quite stable, the pricing, because of Malaysia is open up so I think the workmanship will the price will be quite stable lah. I think the only thing is not stable is about the material. You know, a lot of people say Wilson, if after COVID will the price be cheaper or not? You know, because recently I also meet a lot of landed owner. So they will ask hey, now COVID worker expensive. So I wait until finish COVID then I start to build. Sekali the war come. No people know got war Sekali 打战 I think no people will guess COVID so cham already still 打战So this 打战 also make a lot of thing grow up you know, especially material costs. Wow, 真惨 Hello Alan, the material cost also went up. So yeah. Okay, let's wait for a while, okay? Hi, yeah. So just I have some technical issue. Hi, Shirley, 你好. Yeah. So to help me like and share. Yeah. So renovation So renovation is always complicated sometimes because renovation is talking about workmanship Hi, Benny. About workmanship, speed, timing, and also the ID skill. Okay. Right. So renovation sometimes can be quite tired. Or sometime. Okay, but anyway, we are here to open talk so we're not going to do any sales commercial, just have a quick like chit chat, you know. Then you can ask me anything that you want to ask. I'll try my very best to see how can I help everyone. Yeah. So like I mentioned just now, right? Recently there's some cases that actually, you know, renovation halfway, then they cannot get worker, then they actually, you know, stop the job. Okay, the main reason why the job go halfway, right? There are few reasons As you know, right? Most of the ID in Singapore, right? We actually sub up our job. Some ID company will sub up their carpentry work, tiling job, electrical work, plumbing job, or window. Because I've been ID for Rezt and Relax market for 22 years. So the reason why sometimes the job cannot go smooth and actually stop halfway, I think this is what I think only Yeah, maybe everyone also can give me some some like some advice lah. Okay, I ask everyone a question, right? Why are the workers stop job? Why? Why halfway they stop? Why they don't finish the job? Anyone can give me like share with me why? Hi, Mara. Hi. Why halfway the jobs stop? Hi, Paul. So why recently there are so many like story about renovation halfway then stop, this kind of thing. Anyone know what is the reason? The main reason why? I see anyone know the answer no? Why halfway the contractor stop the job and don't do anymore? Okay, we have 12 friend here. Hello, my very good 12 fans. Okay, now maybe all busy. Lunchtime, no time to see FB live. But just to share lah. Anyone? Why? Anyone know why? Why is halfway? Why the contractor do halfway, then stop the job? No money to buy material. Okay, or this Ashley. Okay, thank you, Ashley Chan. No money to buy material. Some more. Hi, Wilson. Why the job stop halfway? Anyone? Okay, the no money to pay worker. All about money. Okay, I think most of them get the right answer now. Yeah, it's mostly every time is about payment issue. Okay, to me, right, because we have been market for 22 years. Hello, Esther. I think as an ID owner, right, to manage this finance management is very important. As you know, right, in our trade, we always get money from homeowner, then we pay to the contractor, So sometimes if let's say the boss company of the boss, right? Then if let's say he don't really do a very good finance management, right? Maybe they overspend or they have too many jobs on site or they use their money to do some investment. So, something cock up, right? So this will lead to the worker, don't do the job. Basically, most of the subcom won't do that lah, because the subcom have already do halfway already. Why don't they finish all? Hi, Ryan. I think because of the payment issue is the most important thing. Most of the contractor, right, they pay their subcon worker is by week by week. They don't like do month by month one. They always pay by week. Okay, Monday to Sunday, how many days you work, then they need to pay their people. So in renovation, it's a sub job. All right, it's a sub. There's 3 sub. Okay, normally a ID will sub a job to the maybe to a 4-sitting guy. Okay, so maybe the 4-sitting guy also sub the job to another 4-sitting guy. So maybe another 4-sitting guy will sub the job to another 4-sitting guy. So sometimes the job have many sub 4 sub. Yeah. So if let's say you never pay the money on time, right? The money cannot pay the sub. Then the sub worker will stop the job. Hi, Wicked. Yeah. Okay, so in the industry is like that. Normally, I think so far in the market, there's no really ID company own all the worker, because it's difficult to have all the worker to stand by for job. As you know, right, Singapore levy is very high. So normally mostly of the ID in Singapore, right, they actually sub up the job. Okay, for Rezt+Relax, we also sub out a job to our people. Okay, we have a few contractors that been with us for around 22 years. So we are working very close. So again, if you want to have a good idea to done at your house, right? Of course, the first of all is the company, the designer must know what you want. The secondly is the company portfolio, very important. Whether the company have any bad name about money issue, or they actually, don't pay on time. Because to want the renovation to go smooth and fast, right? This company must able to pay on time. Okay, must able to, hello Aaron, must able to pay on time, because when you pay on time, and this false ceiling guy or toweler, right, they can pay on time. Then next day you will see people in your house. So sometimes, yeah, but some not all, but sometimes it's really too many jobs. Sometimes, but I think after 1st of April, right? Hi Chris, but I think after 1st of April, shouldn't have worker problem lah. Because Malaysians have opened up, so they can come in. Hi Frankie. So I think that the thing will go back to normal, if I'm not wrong lah. Oh, yeah. So I think in future, will be quite smooth the job. Only material will be a bit more. Hello, sister. Yeah, I speak English, correct? People who know me, right, know that I actually is not an English speaker. I speak the English a bit 𝐿𝐴 because my English stuck at the PSLE. I never passed my PSLE. So my 𝐼𝐴 is a private limited lah. But I think I got improved lah. This few years, I talk many talk show. So I think I got improved my 𝐼𝐴. So now I use 𝐼𝐴 to talk lah. Can my 𝐼𝐴 can not bad, like the English. England is a Singlish. Yes, sisters. England Singlish. Okay, so in our industry is like that, everyone, ID normally will sub the job to the worker. Or there's nothing wrong because we don't own our worker one. All right, most of all, maybe some company they own carpentry workshop or some toweler, but most of the people they won't. Most of the ID company won't like have their own workers. So they'll support their plumber, they'll support their electrical work. Okay, so like what I say, I can't say who is good, who is bad, but try to have some review on the online. I think online will help you maybe 30%. Hello, Guardian. Sorry, I get everything. Okay, so online will help you around 30% to understand the company more, and also some feedback. I think it's very common that every ID will have good feedback and bad feedback. That included Rezt and Relax. Okay, we also got the bad review. Okay, but when the bad review come in, we will know. We will actually look into it. What happened and what caused this owner so frustrated. Okay, we will go and link up with the homeowner. Okay, so again, when you look for an ID, right, rather than the design is good, workmanship is good, the most important is you have to understand the finance. This is a finance management or finance management. Okay, so maybe I show you a slide to share with everyone the step, the SOP. In future, you have this thing happen, right? You know what to do. Okay. Hi, Jason. Okay, I'll share with you the slide. Okay, can see okay, you see 10 people live in the after paying renovation. Yeah, so this is very common, like I mentioned just now, right? Yeah, so again, because of this not a good paymaster issue, that you pay the money to the company and the company never pay to the subcon. So at the end of the day, you have this problem lah. Okay, so of course you try to get a company that have case trust and covered by RCMA. Okay, RCMA is a renovation contractor material associate. It's the only associate that are helping renovation company in Singapore to help to maintain the standard. So also in RCMA, we have a course for ID to attend. Make sure the ID have a standard. All right. So you also, if there's any problem, if this company is they have a RCMA member, you can even ask them for help. Okay. So I think that is important lah. Okay. So first of all, there's two things that will let the worker stop work. The first one is the company, the director of the company never pay master, pay to the people. Secondly is sometimes homeowner direct pay to the ID and don't go through company and ask the ID, right, go and look for the worker. Okay, this one no guarantee one. When you pass cash to the ID, all right, they have a high chance that if the high ID will just take the money and run away, or the ID never pay to the contractor. This is also will like the job to be stopped. So what I'm trying to say is do not pay any cash to any ID, included company, all right? Because some ID will use a fake account, all right? We got recently, there's some case, right, that someone shared with me, right? The ID using a fake company account, claim that is from the company and ask the owner to transfer the money to this account, all right? So remember, don't transfer any money to the account when you are very sure that this is a real account. So what you do, you have to call the company and check for the bank account. So in Rezt and Relax, right, we always have the bank account behind the contract. Or our contract, there's actually a bank account. Or we have a link that can call back to our company to ask for the bank account. So this is very important. Okay, remember nowadays, right, internet are so powerful, online are so powerful, anything can edit. All right, even my face can edit to become little Hua or what. Okay, so it's different. All right, so you come to dollar and cents, right? Don't ever transfer to account that is not sure. Okay, very important. Sometimes also you will receive email from a company. You know, they actually have a fake email, and the email to you ask you to transfer the money to them. Also cannot. Make sure you call the company and check the company account. Ask them for this must have 证据 lah. Tell you this is the bank account. Okay, then you transfer. So a few things. Summarize. First is the money that you give to the contractor. This ID company, the company never pay to the worker. Secondly, you pay direct to the ID and ID take the money and never pay the contractor. So don't do that lah, because some owner, they maybe want to save some money. They thought that maybe don't go through the company, then can save a bit. All right. That's why they give the money to the ID and the ID take and run, right? Especially they go back to Malaysia, you can't find anyone. Okay, so yeah lah, maybe it will help you to save a bit lah, but don't take the risk lah. Pretty one. When this thing happen, then we start to argue. Then you start to call the company and say, I pay your people money. Then the company will tell you, I tell you already, don't pay cash. Then from there, ding dong, ding dong. Okay, so this one quite complicated lah. All right. Okay, request to see. So this is a few things that can help you to reduce down the risk lah. Okay, the most important one first, right? You are able to check the company IRAS, okay, the ATRA, all right. How much is the payout capital? Okay, you can just spend maybe $10, right? Then you go to the ATRA there and to see. From the ATRA, right, will tell you this company what is the payout capital. Okay, so some companies only $2 or $3. Means that if anything happen, right, they will just pay you a $3. So what is the point that you sue them? Because they only pay out capital only $3. All right. So this is one of the tips that you can actually help you. So if the company, the payout capital is high, means that this company is a serious business owner. They are not a one-day company hit and run. Okay. So I think this is a very good info that can help everyone here lah. All right. Okay, and also you must have a case trust. Then this company have been covered by ISO. All right, so they knew what is the procedure on renovation, what is the step. So this is also a very important thing. Okay, to me, right? For renovation dispute, is only a few things like maybe the workmanship is not up to your standard, and also design is different. Can I go back to another slide, Jenny, about the workmanship slide? Yeah, so I think workmanship is important. So if let's say you are very particular about the workmanship, some joining part, some owner, they quite serious about the joining part, especially laminate with laminate, we have a joint like there, So I think it's good that before you sign, if you got this issue that you don't know whether the workmanship is good or not, it's always very good to see the workmanship. Or maybe you can go to 3 to 5 house to take a look how is the workmanship like, Then from there, then you will see. You can see on that. Yeah, so also some okay lah, some sales technique lah, whereby they have free gift. Okay, this I won't comment lah. Some people, some owner, they like free gift. Some company also they're giving free gift. Okay, so these are no comment. Just make sure they what they say is right. Okay, and yeah, so if let's say during the installation, right, you take a look, hi Francis, then you saw something that you think that is not up to your standard, then you should call the company to come down to take a look. So in Rest and Relax, right, what happened if our homeowner go down to the site, hi Hui Tong, then they feel that something is wrong, they can always call our management level to have a meeting. Okay, now renovation is like that. The earliest you find the problem, the earliest you settle, then you have less problem. Okay, so in Rest and Relax, right, we are very transparent. We have 3 directors that our handphone can be found on the website. Okay, one is me. I'm taking care of designer attitude and designer responsible. All right, and of course, workmanship, right, will actually handled by my partner, Mr. John Fu. Whereby if you have any issue about workmanship, right, then you can call for a meeting. And of course, Marily is my wife, is helping on the account. So if let's say the account, you have some problem that you want to ask about account, you can always look for her. Okay, so the slide, can we go back to the slide there? So I'll give you a SOP here to share. If you have some issue during renovation, right, then the next step, what should we do? All right, so let me share with you the slide. Okay, first, normally you have an issue problem, right? The SOP, you will actually call up the company. Then the company, if the company is a responsible ID firm, right? On this time, right? Normally the director will come and talk to you. Normally lah. But if this company, they are not serious, maybe they won't talk to you, or they don't even care to bother. All right, so this one I have no comment. You have to see your own self. So normally for Rest and Relax, right, we try to settle everything on stage 1. Stage 1 means that the homeowner come to us, we talk, we negotiate, we see how can we do it in the win-win situation, then we move forward. Okay, so if let's say the stage 1, a homeowner and the ID company cannot come to an agreement, then we'll go to case. All right, you can log in the case, and case is basically is not a judge. Also, they are not to judge anyone. They are like meditation. So the ID will go, the owner will go. Then you will prepare your own, your own 口供 lah, your own proof or own thing, what like that. Then they talk lah. So again, on case, right, if we can settle the case, the stage 2 in case you can settle, right, will be good, because we don't need to spend a lot of money. All right, so if let's say after the case, everything okay, owner can accept the offer and the ID can accept the offer. One people 好，我们叫做华语叫做人一步海阔天空啊。所以如果在 case 这边我们大家可以退一步的话 ，things can go forward. Then okay, we settle the case. So what happens if on the stage 2, the case coming cannot help? All right, ID company their own stand, then homeowner their own stand. Then we'll go to state court called small claim. Okay, small claim, right? The amount cannot more than 10,000. If the amount is more than 10,000, right, then you cannot go for small claim. Also, the work, it cannot be more than 1 year. If your work job have more than 1 year, also the small claim cannot help. Okay, small claim, right? Again, will be like a mini court, same thing. Homeowner will get all the proof. ID company will get all the proof. Then we'll go there to talk about our right. Why like that. Okay, on a home court, stage court, we call that a small claim. So what happened if again, owner is not happy about the claim, ID is not happy about the claim, right? Then we will have a lawyer. Means that homeowner will engage a lawyer, then the company will engage a lawyer, then we'll go for us a legal lawsuit. So the legal lawsuit can take very long time. Okay, so this is actually the dispute about renovation lah. So I hope lah, I wish every homeowner renovation journey must be happy lah. If the renovation journey not happy, very sian one eh. Hi Dennis, same we are also. Very boring one. If the renovation journey not happy, you imagine I don't like you, don't like me, I sue you, sue me. Even though you win, you stay inside the house also be boring one. Am I right to say that or not? Sure, very sian one, correct? Or because boring you know, the new house supposed to be happy and celebration. Sekali, end of the day, go to so many places to lawsuit. I think the energy is no good lah. I feel that the homeowner also don't feel good, right? When we move in. 还没有搬进去就 the law case I think not very good lah. So I hope that everyone after this sharing session, right, you are able to protect yourself, do more research on company and also ID. And the most important is the finance management for all the ID company. All right. So I hope that everyone can settle the case in stage 1. Means that if anything happen, call the owner of the company, have a discussion with them, and in stage 1, if you can close the problem, I think will be very good, because we don't need to go so many steps. Then end of the day, we need to sue here and sue there. I think it's not a good thing lah. You know, renovation must be happy ma. Okay. All right. So okay. Yeah. So this is a lunch talk, so I won't take up a lot of time. But of course, you have any renovation, advertising to full payment the company they request. Okay, normally we have a payment scheme now. Normally, when you sign, we will collect 20%. This 20% is to do all the, hello, Anita, right? The 20%, right, is to do all the paperwork like 3D drawing, design wise. Okay, so do not give full payment. The contract will usually detail amount payable to each other. So for us, right, our contract will have a contract that actually will write down 20% upon payment. Then from there, we will have this 30% about this collection about this work, right? We do halfway work. Then once our wet work is all done up, right, then we'll have a 45% of the carpentry work. Then you will keep the 5% until we done out the defect, then you will move in. All right, so that is very important. Okay. Yeah, so I think this is also a very important thing. So this is actually a progressive payment now, so very important. Okay. All right. So yeah, so this is what I'm going to share lah. So again, hope that these tips can share with everyone. All right. So again, I will have more information on renovation to share with everyone for lunch talk. Okay. So once again, thanks a lot. I'm Wilson here from Rezt+Relax. Thanks for this lunch talk workshop. Hope that this tip can help for everyone. Okay, have a nice day and thank you very much. Bye.